My name is Laurent Ischi. I'm the product manager for the automated product offering at Tradeweb. Tradeweb is an electronic trading platform for fixed income, equities and derivatives. And it's a great pleasure to be here at Phil's in Singapore today. Automated trading is on the rise in Asia for a couple of reasons. One in particular has been the work from home environment, which we have seen during the pandemic. That has led to people looking at ways of streamlining their workflows and execute the trades more efficiently so that when they need to do trades, they can actually focus on them with their full attention. One thing that is important to understand is we've seen an adoption of automation in Asia, and that was driven by an initial adoption of electronic trading. And one way that has reflected very strongly, for example, is in Q3 last year, we saw about 8% of the Japanese government bonds automated, versus in Q3 this year, that was about a third of all trades on the platform. Automation can improve that in a variety of ways. If we're looking at the best execution requirement, what automation helps to do is you can actually codify your best execution requirements as part of the execution rules, which then ensures that every time you do a trade that way, that actually happens. In terms of the transaction cost, which is obviously a big component of that, you can also manage that, and you can afterwards evaluate that through transaction cost analysis. The practical aspects of using AIX is it's very simple to implement. It can be very much custom tailored to the individual trading need of the trading desk. And what's also very interesting, you can use it cross-product, which is quite unique, and you can then adjust the parameters to fit to each style of the product that you're trading. What we're seeing, for example, is you have different use cases. Different customer types will trade very differently. So we have, for example, asset managers that will trade passive rebalancing. So what they are focused on is they need to throughput typically a large amount of trades in a very limited time frame. That compares to more active managers, which may trade larger transactions but less frequent. Now, both will have specific use cases. So for someone that rebalances, transaction cost obviously is key. However, the time and the speed is as important as well, versus someone that is actively trading, really wants to get a large transaction done and is very focused on the transaction cost, will focus on that piece more and potentially give more time in the RFQ negotiation for the trade to actually execute. So we can tailor these parameters to fit to that. Yes, so that's very interesting. So we obviously pioneered the workflow automation for portfolio trading. If we're looking at APAC in specific, there are certainly two areas where we think that automation is going to be a big topic, and where we are looking to keep pioneering that. So one aspect is the China onshore bonds, the CNYB market. There we have started to see some automation, and the reason why that is if we're looking at the background of that, this is a market that has been electronified but hasn't actually been automated, but it's actually liquid. So there's an increased number of people who are looking to deploy automation in that space. The second one is being local currency bonds in Asia, so the local government bonds in Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia or Thailand, for example, where we can see there is an abundance of liquidity, or at least very strong liquidity profiles, which offer themselves up to allow automation from the buy side. And there as well, we've seen customers starting to do that. One thing I personally really enjoyed, it's an in-person event, and the second thing I think is fantastic is you've actually managed to bring not just people from Singapore but from across the region to come here and attend the event, which is great to actually see the people we haven't been able to meet in person for a long time.